Welcome. I'm really glad you're here. Not because I'm going to teach you something easy, but because what we're about to talk about today will change how you live, how you protect yourself, how you respect yourself, and how you finally take control of your life. The topic is simple but powerful, the power of saying no. Most people think saying yes makes them kind. They think saying yes makes them helpful. They think saying yes makes them loved. But here's the truth they don't tell you. Saying yes to everything means saying no to yourself. Saying yes when you want to say no is not kindness. It's self-betrayal. You say yes to every request. You say yes to every favor. You say yes to every invitation. You say yes even when your body is tired. You say yes even when your heart is screaming, stop. You say yes even when you know you should protect your time, your energy, your peace. And then what happens? You feel exhausted. You feel used. You feel invisible. You feel angry at yourself because deep down you know the truth. You're not being kind. You're being scared. Scared to disappoint. Scared to be disliked. Scared to be called selfish. Scared to stand alone. But let me tell you something powerful right now. The word no is not selfish. The word no is not rude. The word no is not cruel. The word no is self-respect in action. It's protection. It's power. It's freedom. And today I will show you exactly how to say no. With confidence, with clarity, with strength. This video will help you improve your English while learning one of the most important life skills you will ever need. Let's begin. Tip 1, understand this. You can't pour from an empty cup. Here's what they never taught you in school. You are not a machine. You are not infinite. You have limits. Your time has limits. Your energy has limits. Your emotional capacity has limits. And when you ignore those limits, you don't just get tired. You break. Imagine a cup filled with water. That cup is you. The water inside is your energy, your peace, your joy, your strength. Now, every time you say yes to someone, you pour a little water from your cup into theirs. One request, you pour. Another favor, you pour. Another commitment, you pour. Another emergency that's not really yours, you pour. And you keep pouring and pouring and pouring until one day you look down and your cup is empty, completely empty. Now someone asks you for help again and you have nothing left to give. Not because you're selfish, but because you gave everything away. You forgot to keep some for yourself. And now you're running on empty, feeling resentful, feeling invisible, wondering why no one ever fills your cup. But here's the truth. It's not their job to fill your cup. It's yours. You cannot pour from an empty cup. This is not selfish. This is survival. This is not cold. This is wise. This is not mean. This is necessary. So before you say yes to someone else, ask yourself this powerful question. Do I have enough in my cup right now? If the answer is no, then your answer to them must also be no. Not maybe. Not I'll try. Just no. Because every time you say yes when you should say no, you're stealing from yourself. You're stealing your rest. You're stealing your peace. You're stealing your future. And no one, no matter how much you love them, is worth losing yourself. From now on, make this your rule. I will help others, but not at the cost of destroying myself. I will be kind, but not at the expense of my peace. I will give, but I will also protect what's mine. Because you can't save anyone if you're drowning. You can't light the way for others if your own flame is dying. Fill your cup first. Then marinate and only then pour for others. That's not selfish. That's wisdom. Tip 2, no is a complete sentence. Let me ask you something. Why do you feel the need to explain every time you say no? Someone asks you to do something. You don't want to do it. You know you shouldn't do it. But instead of just saying no, you say, I'm so sorry, but I can't because I have this thing. And also my schedule is crazy right now, and I really wish I could help. But maybe next time, I'm really sorry, I feel so bad. And you keep explaining and apologizing and justifying until the other person either convinces you to say yes or you feel guilty for saying no. But here's what you need to understand. No is a complete sentence. You don't owe anyone an explanation for protecting your peace. You don't owe anyone a detailed report of why you can't. You don't need to justify your boundaries. You can simply say, no, I can't. That doesn't work for me. I'm not available. That's it. Full stop. No essay. No guilt. No apology for taking care of yourself. Now, I know what you're thinking, but that sounds rude. But they'll think I'm mean. But what if they get angry? Let me be very clear. If someone gets angry because you said no, they never respected you in the first place. They only respected what you could do for them. Real respect means accepting your boundaries without making you feel guilty. Real love means understanding when you need to protect yourself. Real friendship means they don't make you explain why you can't carry their burden today. But fake relationships, they pressure you. They guilt trip you. They say things like, but I thought we were friends. You've changed. You're being selfish. I would do it for you. And that last one, that's manipulation. Because real generosity doesn't come with emotional debt. Real help doesn't require you to break yourself. So here's what you do. Practice saying no without explanation. Start small. Friend, can you help me move this weekend? I can't. Colleague, can you take my shift? That doesn't work for me. Family, why can't you come to the dinner? I'm not available. Notice something? No long explanation. No apology. No justification. Just a clear, calm, firm boundary. At first, it will feel uncomfortable. Your brain will scream, explain yourself. They'll be mad. But resist that urge. Because the more you explain, the more they'll push. The more you apologize, the more they'll guilt you. The moment you start defending your no, you've already lost your power. So keep it simple. Keep it clear. Keep it strong. No is a complete sentence, and the right people will respect it. The wrong people will leave. And honestly, that's the best filter you could ever ask for. From today, practice this. When you want to say no, say it. Don't apologize for having boundaries. Don't explain yourself into exhaustion. Don't let guilt steal your peace. Just say no and watch how your life changes. Tip 3, every yes to them is a no to something else. Here's something most people never realize. Every time you say yes, you're also saying no to something else. Think about it. You say yes to helping your friend move. That means you're saying no to your rest day. You say yes to taking an extra shift at work. That means you're saying no to time with your family. You say yes to attending an event you don't want to go to. That means you're saying no to your own peace. You say yes to someone else's drama. That means you're saying no to your mental health. You see, your time is not unlimited. Your energy is not infinite. Every yes costs you something. And if you keep saying yes to everyone else, you'll keep saying no to yourself. No to your dreams. No to your goals. No to your healing. No to your growth. No to your happiness. And one day you'll wake up and realize you've lived an entire life for other people and forgot to live for yourself. That's the hidden cost of yes. It's not just about being tired. It's about losing yourself piece by piece, yes. By yes until you don't even recognize who you are anymore. So before you say yes, ask yourself these powerful questions. What am I saying no to if I say yes to this? Is it my sleep? Is it my peace? Is it my dream? Is it my family? Is it my health? Is it my joy? And then ask, is this worth it? Sometimes the answer is yes. Sometimes helping someone is worth the cost. Sometimes love requires sacrifice. Sometimes kindness means giving even when it's hard. But most of the time you're saying yes out of guilt, not love. Out of fear, not generosity. Out of people-pleasing, not genuine care. And that's when you need to stop. That's when you need to choose yourself. Let me tell you a story. There was a woman named Maya. She was the kindest person everyone knew. Always available. Always helping. Always saying yes. Her friends loved her. Her family depended on her. Her coworkers relied on her. But Maya was dying inside. She had a dream to start her own business. But every time she sat down to work on it, someone needed her. And she said yes, again and again. until 5 years passed, and her dream was still just a dream. One day she broke down crying. She realized she had spent 5 years building everyone else's life, while her own life stayed frozen. That's when she learned the most important lesson of her life. Saying yes to everyone else meant saying no to herself. And the moment she started saying no, everything changed. She said no to unnecessary favors. She said no to guilt trips. She said no to people who only called when they needed something. And for the first time in years, she said yes to herself. Yes to her dream. Yes to her rest. Yes to her peace. And within 2 years, she built the business she always wanted. Not because she became selfish, but because she finally understood that protecting her dream was not selfish. It was necessary. So here's what you need to do. Make a list right now. Write down, what have I been saying no to because I keep saying yes to others? Maybe it's your health, your passion project, your mental peace, your personal growth, your relationships that actually matter, your sleep, your joy. Look at that list. Really look at it and ask yourself, is it worth it? Is saying yes to people who don't even appreciate you worth losing your dream? Is being available to everyone worth sacrificing your peace? Is avoiding conflict worth giving up your future? If the answer is no, then it's time to change. From today, remember this. Every yes to them is a no to something in your life. Choose carefully. Choose wisely. Choose yourself. Because your life is not a backup plan. Your dreams are not maybe later. Your peace is not negotiable. Say yes when it matters. Say no when it protects you. And never ever feel guilty for choosing yourself. Because no one else will choose you if you don't choose yourself first. Tip 4, the right people will respect your no. 1530, 1900. Here's a truth that will change everything. The right people will respect your no. The wrong people will punish you for it. Let me say that again. The right people will respect your no. The wrong people will punish you for it. And the punishment comes in many forms. They stop talking to you. They call you selfish. They guilt trip you. They spread rumors. They make you feel like you did something wrong. They say you've changed, as if protecting yourself is a bad thing. But here's what they don't tell you. When someone gets angry because you set a boundary, they're not upset that you said no. They're upset that they can no longer control you. They're upset that you're no longer easy to manipulate. They're upset that you stop being their backup plan, their emotional dumping ground, their free therapist, their yes person. And honestly, let them be upset. Because anyone who only values you when you're useful is not someone who truly cares about you. Real love respects boundaries. Real friendship doesn't require you to destroy yourself. Real respect means they hear your no, and they don't make you feel bad about it. Let me give you examples. Wrong person. I can't help you today. I need to rest. Then wow, you're so selfish. I thought we were friends. Right person. I can't help you today. I need to rest. Them no problem. Take care of yourself. See the difference? The wrong person makes your boundary about them. The right person respects your boundary and moves on. Wrong person. I can't come to the party. I'm not feeling social. Them you never come. You're so boring now. You've changed. Right person. I can't come to the party. I'm not feeling social. Them totally understand. Let's catch up when you're feeling better. Wrong person. I can't take your shift. I already have plans. Then, but I would do it for you. You're being really selfish. Right person. I can't take your shift. I already have plans. Them, okay, no worries. I'll figure it out. Do you see it now? The right people don't make you explain. They don't make you feel guilty. They don't punish you for having limits. They simply respect you. And if someone can't respect your no, then they don't deserve your yes. Now here's the hard part. When you start saying no, you will lose people. Some friends will disappear. Some family members will call you difficult. Some people will say you've changed. And they're right. You have changed. You've stopped letting people walk over you. You've stopped prioritizing everyone except yourself. You've stopped breaking yourself to keep others comfortable. That's not a bad change. And that's not, That's growth. That's self-respect. That's freedom. And if they can't handle the you that has boundaries, the you that values your own peace, then they were never meant to stay. Let me be very clear. Losing fake connections is not a loss. It's a clearing. It's making space for real people. For people who see you as more than just what you can do for them. For people who celebrate your growth instead of punishing it. For people who love you even when you can't give them anything. Those are the people worth keeping. Everyone else, let them go. From now on, use this as your test. When you say no, watch how they react. Do they respect it? Or do they guilt trip you? Do they understand? Or do they manipulate you? Do they accept it? Or do they punish you? Their reaction will show you exactly who they are. And once you know who they are, you'll know what to do. The right people will stay. The wrong people will leave. And you'll finally be free. Free to protect your peace without guilt. Free to say no without fear. Free to be yourself without apology. Because you'll be surrounded by people who actually respect you. And that, my friend, is worth more than 1,000 fake friendships. Tip 5, practice saying no. Start small, build strength, 1900, 2300. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. This all sounds good, but I don't know how to actually say no. I've been saying yes my whole life. I'm scared. I understand. Saying no is a skill. And like any skill, it requires practice. You don't wake up one day and suddenly become confident. You build confidence through repetition, through practice, through small steps. So here's how you start. Step 1, start small. Don't start by saying no to your boss or your parents. Start with low-risk situations. Friend, want to grab coffee? You, not today. I need some alone time. Coworker, can you cover for me for 10 minutes? You, I can't right now. Salesperson, would you like to sign up? You, no, thank you. These are small. These are safe, but they train your brain. They teach you that saying no doesn't kill you. It doesn't make you a bad person. It actually makes you feel stronger. Step 2, use these simple phrases. You don't need fancy words. You just need clarity. Here are some phrases you can use. I can't. That doesn't work for me. I'm not available. I need to pass on this. No, thank you. I'm not able to help with that. I have other commitments. Notice something? None of these require explanation. None of these require apology. They're clear. They're respectful. They're final. Practice saying these out loud right now. Yes, literally say them. I can't. That doesn't work for me. I'm not available. Feel how they sound. Feel how powerful they are. The more you practice, the easier they become. Step 3, pause before you answer. Here's a game changer. When someone asks you for something, don't answer immediately. Pause. Take a breath. Give yourself 5 seconds to think. Ask yourself, do I actually want to do this? Do I have the energy for this? Am I saying yes out of fear or genuine desire? If the answer is fear, say no. If the answer is guilt, say no. If the answer is, I don't want to, but I feel like I have to, say no. You don't have to respond instantly. You can say, let me check my schedule and get back to you. I need to think about it. Can I let you know tomorrow? This gives you time. Time to check in with yourself. Time to decide without pressure. Time to choose what's actually right for you. Step 4, notice how you feel after saying no. This is important. After you say no, pay attention to your body. At first, you might feel guilty, anxious, scared, like you did something wrong. That's normal. That's just your old programming. Your brain has been trained to please people, but give it time. After a few hours, notice what else you feel. Relief, freedom, pride, later, more in control. That's your real self speaking. That's your soul saying, thank you for protecting me. The more you say no, the more that good feeling grows and the guilt feeling shrinks. Until one day saying no feels natural, feels right, feels powerful. Step 5, celebrate your no's. This might sound silly, but it works. Every time you say no, celebrate it. Tell yourself, I'm proud of myself. I protected my peace today. I chose myself, and that's okay. Write it in your journal. Tell a trusted friend. Acknowledge your growth. Because every no is a victory. Every boundary is strength. Every time you choose yourself, you're building the life you actually want. From today, commit to this. I will practice saying no. I will start small. I will not apologize for having limits. I will pause before I answer. I will celebrate my boundaries. Because saying no is not something you learn once. It's something you practice forever. And the more you practice, the more free you become. Step 3, pause before you answer. Here's a game changer. When someone asks you for something, don't answer immediately. Pause. Take a breath. Give yourself 5 seconds to think. Ask yourself, do I actually want to do this? Do I have the energy for this? Am I saying yes out of fear or genuine desire? If the answer is fear, say no. If the answer is guilt, say no. If the answer is I don't want to, but I feel like I have to, say no. You don't have to respond instantly. You can say, let me check my schedule and get back to you. I need to think about it. Can I let you know tomorrow? This gives you time. Time to check in with yourself. Time to decide without pressure. Time to choose what's actually right for you. Step 4, notice how you feel after saying no. This is important. After you say no, pay attention to your body. At first, you might feel guilty, anxious, scared, like you did something wrong. That's normal. That's just your old programming. Your brain has been trained to please people, but give it time. After a few hours, notice what else you feel. Return relief. Freedom. Pride. Lighter. More in control. That's your real self speaking. That's your soul saying, thank you for protecting me. The more you say no, the more that good feeling grows. And the guilt feeling shrinks. Until one day saying no feels natural, feels right, feels powerful. Step 5, celebrate your no's. This might sound silly, but it works. Every time you say no, celebrate it. Tell yourself, I'm proud of myself. I protected my peace today. I chose myself, and that's okay. Write it in your journal. Tell a trusted friend. Acknowledge your growth. Because every no is a victory. Every boundary is strength. Every time you choose yourself, you're building the life you actually want. From today, commit to this. I will practice saying no. I will start small. I will not apologize for having limits. I will pause before I answer. I will celebrate my boundaries. Because saying no is not something you learn once. It's something you practice forever. And the more you practice, the more free you become. Tip 6, your guilt is not your guide. Let me tell you something that might surprise you. Just because you feel guilty doesn't mean you did something wrong. Read that again. Just because you feel guilty doesn't mean you did something wrong. Guilt is not always a moral compass. Sometimes guilt is just old programming. It's the voice of people who trained you to prioritize them over yourself. It's the voice of a society that calls boundaries selfish. It's the voice of fear disguised as conscience. Many people who are kind, who are good, who are loving feel guilty for the healthiest choices they make. They feel guilty for resting when they're tired, saying no when they're overwhelmed, putting themselves first for once, choosing their peace over someone else's convenience, walking away from toxic people, protecting their time, not explaining themselves. But here's the truth. Guilt doesn't always mean you're wrong. Sometimes it just means you're growing. Let me explain. When you spent your whole life saying yes, your brain builds a pattern. It expects you to always be available. It expects you to always sacrifice. It expects you to always put others first. So when you finally say no, your brain panics. It sends you guilt signals. It says, "Wanabons kanamas." Warning, you're being selfish. Warning, they'll hate you. Warning, you're a bad person. But that's not truth. That's just fear of change. Think of it like this. Imagine you've been wearing shoes that are 2 sizes too small your entire life. Your feet hurt. You can barely walk. But you've gotten used to it. One day, someone gives you shoes that actually fit. At first, they feel weird. They feel wrong. Your brain says, this doesn't feel normal. But that doesn't mean the new shoes are bad. It means your feet need time to adjust to what's actually healthy. That's what saying no feels like at first. It feels wrong because it's new. But it's not wrong. It's right. It's healthy. It's what you should have been doing all along. So here's what you need to do when guilt shows up. Step 1, recognize the guilt. Don't ignore it. Don't push it away. Just notice it. Say to yourself, I'm feeling guilty right now. That's it. You're not agreeing with it. You're just acknowledging it. Step 2, ask yourself these questions. Did I do something morally wrong? Did I hurt someone intentionally? Did I break a boundary I shouldn't have? Or did I just protect my peace? Did I just say no to something that would have drained me? Did I just choose myself for once? If the answer is the second set of questions, then your guilt is not valid. It's just fear. It's just old programming. It's just your brain trying to keep you small. Step 3, reframe the guilt. Instead of, I feel guilty for saying no, say, I feel uncomfortable because I'm growing. Instead of, I'm a bad person for having boundaries, say do, I'm a strong person for protecting my peace. Instead of, you know, they're going to hate me, say, the right people will respect me. Words matter. The way you talk to yourself shapes how you feel. So reframe the guilt. Turn it into evidence of growth. Step 4, sit with the discomfort. Guilt will not kill you. Discomfort will not destroy you. It's just a feeling, and feelings pass. So when guilt shows up, don't react to it. Don't let it make you change your decision. Just sit with it. Breathe through it. Let it be there, and watch it fade, because it will fade every single time. Repeat these until they become louder than the guilt. From now on, when guilt shows up after you say no, don't let it control you. Thank it for trying to protect you. But tell it firmly, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just doing something different. And that's okay. Because your guilt is not your guide. Your peace is. Your health is. Your truth is. Follow those, not the guilt. Tip 7, saying no creates space for your yes. Here's the most beautiful part of learning to say no. When you say no to what's wrong, you create space for what's right. When you say no to what drains you, you make room for what fills you. When you say no to the wrong people, you attract the right ones. Saying no is not about closing doors. It's about opening the right ones. Think about your life right now. How much of your time is spent on things you don't actually want to do? How much of your energy goes to people who don't truly value you? How much of your peace is stolen by commitments you never really wanted? All of that space, that time, that energy, it could be used for something beautiful, for something that actually matters, for something that lights you up inside. But you can't receive the new if your hands are full of the old. You can't step into your future. If you're still carrying everyone else's baggage, you can't say yes to your dreams. If you keep saying yes to everyone else's demands, saying no is not the end. It's the beginning. Let me tell you what happens when you start saying no. You start sleeping better because you're not stressed about 1,000 obligations. You start having time for hobbies, for rest, for joy. You start meeting people who actually respect you. You start working on the projects that excite you. You start building the life you actually want, not the life everyone else expects. You start feeling like yourself again. You're spending time with people who energize you. You're working on projects that matter to you. You're resting without guilt. You're living without resentment. How does that feel? That's the power of saying no. That's the freedom waiting for you on the other side of your fear. Here's your action plan. Step 1, make your no list. Write down everything you need to say no to, commitments that drain you, people who don't respect you, habits that don't serve you, expectations that aren't yours, guilt that isn't valid. This is your freedom list. Step 2, make your yes list. Now write down what you want to say yes to. Rest, growth whenever mentor, peace, real relationships, your dreams, your health, your happiness. This is your priority list. Step 3, start clearing space. Look at your no list. Pick one thing, just one, and say no to it this week. Cancel a commitment. Set a boundary. Walk away from a toxic situation. And notice how it feels. Notice the space it creates. Conclusion. So here we are. We've talked about the power of saying no. Not as a weapon, not as cruelty, but as self-respect. Let me leave you with this final truth. Saying no doesn't make you selfish. It makes you honest. It makes you strong. It makes you free. The people who truly love you will understand. The people who don't weren't meant to stay. And you'll finally start living a life that's actually yours. So from today, make this promise to yourself. I will protect my peace. I will respect my limits. I will say no without guilt. I will say yes to what truly matters. I will not apologize for choosing myself because I am worthy of a life that doesn't require me to break myself to keep others comfortable. I am worthy of boundaries. I am worthy of rest. I am worthy of respect. And I will no longer shrink to make room for people who never made room for me. This is not selfish. This is survival. This is not cold. This is wisdom. This is not the end. This is the beginning of a life where your no means no, and your yes means yes, where you're not living for applause. You're living for peace. And that, my friend, is the most powerful way to live. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for choosing to grow. Now go out there and practice your no. The world is waiting for the real you, the you with boundaries, the you with peace, the you who finally chose yourself. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more simple, motivational English content. Until next time, protect your peace. And remember, no is a complete sentence.